Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rangers Respite. I'm Philip, and today I'm talking about the Virginia Whiskey Tournament. As usual, today I'm talking about Bouts 5 and 6. I will be honest, I don't have a whole lot of information for most of the distilleries on this list, at least today. From Bout 5, let's start off with one that I do have, an example of their craft from Axe Handle Distilling. These are fantastic people. They make great products. They've been building hand-hewn log homes in Appalachia since, well, for the last 40 years. They make fantastic products, and they're really nice people. They turned their, keen appreciation for handwork and their care for everything that they do to selection of grains and barrels for their products. Also in Bout 5, we have 5 Mile Mountain Distillery. They're in Floyd. They're the first distillery in Floyd since Prohibition. And as with everything, rich history of moonshining in the area. The building that the distillery is in was previously the Floyd County Public Service Authority building, which is pretty cool. There seems to be a trend of distilleries in historic buildings. And what gets them on the list, because you need to make a whiskey, and they are predominantly a moonshine maker, is they sell an aged rye whiskey, which I'm working on getting my hands on. Next up, we have Belle Isle Craft Spirits. They are, again, predominantly a moonshine maker, but they also make a bourbon. I haven't tried any yet. I'm working on getting it, but it looks really promising. It is 70% corn, 20% wheat, and 10% barley, aged for 5 years. 5 years is a long time, but Belle Isle has a good reputation as being one of the foremost craft distillers in the Commonwealth of Virginia. The last distiller in Bout 5 is Sleepy Fox Distillery, who may very well drop from the list next year. It looks like they are impossible to contact, and I believe that their tasting room may be permanently closed, which is a sad reality. But that's why I do this, to bring attention to these distilleries, and try to get a wider audience, to consider purchasing from them. There are 54 distilleries on the list this year, which is up from 40 something last year and 34 the first year that I did this. But unless we're supporting them, they won't last very long. Let's brighten the mood by talking about Bout 6, which I do have some stuff from. From Blue Sky Distillery in Smithfield, Virginia, which is more well known for the hams. They primarily make flavored spirits and rums, but this Triple Deuce is their product that is a whiskey distilled from wheat. They've been around for a while. They're also one of the more interesting producers because they have such an interesting portfolio. I recommend looking at their website. They've got fantastic label art, and they make some pretty good products. Next up, we have Cashel Beer and Spirits. Yes, that's how you pronounce Caiseal, Cashel. They take their name from small ring forts that are found in the Highlands of Scotland and in sort of the north eastern parts of Ireland. They make fantastic single malt. Personally, having had a sample of their bourbon and a sample of their peated and unpeated malt, I've got to say, though I have to admit that I am biased because I do like peated whiskey, I think that their peated malt is probably the best that they make. I recommend giving them a try if you like peated malt whiskey. Then we've got Reverend Spirits. named in reference to R.D. Wilhelm, the one of the founders' fathers. Um, it's important to point out. I see people talk about how it's clever that Reverend Spirits has devil horns. Nope, that's a clerical collar. Uh, sort of a very interesting use of negative space. Um, and again, fantastic products. I like their bourbon. Their gin is okay. Their vodka drinks like water, which some people would have you believe is the high water mark for vodka. Let's see. And the last one is Dome and Spear Distillery, makers of Macaulay's bourbon. I don't have a bottle of it. I can't find much about the distillery, but it's available. I'm working on getting my hands on it. I haven't received word for received reply in my request for comments from most of these distilleries. Axe Handle, I have exchanged emails with them, and I will be exchanging more emails with them. And I'm really looking forward to talking to them more. If it weren't 8 a.m., I'd pour myself a glass and tell you more about it, but that may have to wait until tomorrow. In the meantime, links to the polls on Instagram and Twitter will be in the description down below, as well as a link to my Etsy store. I am a woodworker. I make bowls and pens. Most of the pens in my Etsy store at this point in time are made from bourbon barrels. No Virginia Distillery bourbon barrels yet, but I'm working on it. And it's a great way to support me and, maybe share a little bit of love of Virginia distilling to, make it so that I can afford to continue to make these videos, continue to, buy and review Virginia whiskeys. There's going to be more stuff going up onto the Etsy store soon. It's, I can't stress enough how much it would mean to me to send some of my pens out to people like you and bring you more content, because this is what I'm doing at the moment. My focus is on the Virginia Whiskey Tournament and, sort of shining a spotlight on Virginia craft distilling, because I firmly believe that Virginia produces some of the best whiskey being made in the world, and I want more people to know that. Anyway, until next time.